under the office of the warden are the following. 1. Intelligence and investigation team. Collect and submits intelligence information to the warden on the matters pertaining to jail conditions. 2. Jail Inspectorate Section. Inspect the jail facilities, the personnel and prisoners, detains, and submits reports of deficiencies noted. 3. Public Relations Office. Tasked with the maintenance of good public relations to obtain the necessary and adequate support of the public. Office of the Assistant Warden. He undertakes the development of a systematic process of the treatment of his individual inmates and determines the degree of custody for such individual and his capacity as chairman of the classification board. He is also automatically serve as chair of the disciplinary board. 1. Classification board is tasked with the gathering and collating of information and other data of every prisoner into a case study to determine the work assignment, type of supervision, and degree of custody and restriction under which an offender must live in jail. 2. Disciplinary Board. Hearing disciplinary cases involving violation of jail rules and regulations by the inmates. Administrative Group. Charge of all administrative functions of the jail. 1. Personnel Management Branch. Tasks for the assignment of personnel, procedures of selection, preparation of personal reports, and individual record files. 2. Records in Statistics Branch. Keep and maintain booking sheets and arrest reports. Keep an orderly record of fingerprints and photographs. Prepare and present statistical data inmates. 3. Property and Supply Branch. Take charge of the safekeeping of equipments and supplies and materials needed for the operation of the jail. 4. Budget and Finance Branch. Take charge of all financial matters such as budgeting, financing, accounting, and auditing. 5. Meal Service Branch. Prepare the daily menu, prepares and cook the food and serve it to the inmates. 6. General Service Branch. Maintain and repair of jail facilities and equipments. It is also tasked with cleanliness, beautification of the jail compound. 7. Mitimos Computing Branch. Receive court decision and compute the date of the full completion of the service sentence of inmates. Note: Mitimos is a warrant issued by a court bearing its seal and signature of the judge, directing the jail or prison authorities to receive the convicted offender sentence imposed therein. Security Group provides a system of sound custody, security, and control of inmates and their movements, and also responsible to enforce prison or jail discipline. 1. Escort Pina Platoon. Escort section produce inmates under proper ground to prosecutors' authority upon proper summons. Transfer the prisoner to the penal institution on proper order of the court or authority. Subpoena section receives, distributes, and or serve subpoenas, notice, orders, summons, and other court processes directed to inmates confined in jail. 2. Security platoon. Responsible for proper system of security and control procedures of inmates in confinement, in the searching of all personnel and visitors entering the jail, compound to check and prevent the smuggling of contraband. Notes: contraband was commonly described in the past as any material that might be used for escape or used to take advantage of other inmates. Such items as matches, money, pornographic pictures, guns, drugs, and tools are generally considered as contraband. Any item can be placed on the list of contraband if it is perceived as a threat to orderly operation of jail or prison. At present, contraband is prescribed as any item found on the inmate or in his possession or in his dorm that is not specifically authorized by the rules. 3. Custodian section. Conduct regular custodial functions over inmates. 4. Admitting and releasing section. Part the security platoon. It is tasked with receiving a person committed to the jail and the proper release of prisoners who have served prison sentence or are released on orders of competent courts or authority. Process of admitting person in jail. 1. Booking. 2. Identification. 3. Proper receiving and safekeeping. And 4. Briefing. Rehabilitation group provides service and assistance to prisoners and their families to enable them to solve their individual needs and problems arising from the prisoner's confinement. Correction and rehabilitation is the primary interest of this group. Medical and health services provides medical and physical examination for inmates upon confinement, treatment of sick inmates, also conducts psychiatric and psychological examination, work and education therapy services. In charge of the job and educational programs needed for rehabilitation of inmates by providing them job incentives so they can earn and provide support for their families while in jail. Socio-cultural services. It takes care of the social case work. Study of the individual prisoners by making interviews, home visits, and referral to community resources, free legal services, and liaison works for inmates. Chaplaincy service. It takes charge of the religious and moral upliftment of the inmates through religious services This branch caters to all religious sectors. Guidance counseling services, responsible for the individual in group counseling activities to help the lead a wholesome, constructive life. Reference: Bureau of Jail Management and Penology Operational Manual, Republic Act Number 6975, Republic Act Number 9263, www.bgmp.gov.ph, www.wikipedia.com.